Hello and welcome to Wood and Graphite, the #2 pencil-based video channel on the internet. Today, we're taking a look at lead holders. One of the coolest things about being in Prague was getting these clutch pencils, which you don't really see that often here in the UK. In Prague, they were really common and also really well priced, so I bought a whole bunch. These are 2mm clutch pencils. Well, these two are clutch pencils. This one is in fact a propelling pencil, which is gorgeous. They use 2mm lead, and they're all the same lead. All the 2mm ones are interchangeable. This one is just a little simple propelling, which is one of the few propelling pencils I actually saw by Koh-I-Noor. So, let me bring this down. Just a standard, nice little pencil. Really nice lead. They come with HB lead already in them. This one you just click, and it goes down out of the way. They all have built-in point sharpeners, which is excellent. This one is here, and you basically just, the lead's gone, but you just swivel this around and it cuts the lead down to a nice sharp point. This one is actually one of my favorites. It's just a little tiny propelling pencil, but it's so nice that my girlfriend actually bought one, and she's not really that into pencils. She kind of puts up with my hobby, but she liked this one so much she had to have one herself. And it's just a nice size. This kind of reminds me of American cars, this kind of logo. And I just thought it's great, and it writes really nicely. I think I've actually put a B or a 2B in this, but they all come with HB leads in them when you buy them from the store. So that's the little 2mm propelling. The rest of them after this are all clutch pencils. This one and this one are the same. Now this one has a clip on it. I've taken the clip off because they're very easy to take off, and they fit on lots of different pencils, so I don't really find it useful to have a clip on such a small pencil, so I tend to take it off and just use these without. Again, they have the unscrewable sharpener in the back there, and these are just clutch pencils, so it means they don't automatically send the lead out. You got to do that by holding it down and letting it fall out. Now these leads, I only put a half size in because their full-size leads don't fit in these little ones, so I tend to snap them in half just to make them fit a bit better. Now it has these ones have 3 jaws. I don't know if you can see that. They basically clasp the lead at whatever desired length that you want. So these are more for art than writing, but they work really nicely for writing if you sharpen the points up quite a lot. So you can get quite nice writing if you just sharpen the point up. And then to put it away, you just click it. And you can kind of get fancy, and you can try and click it out, click it in. Let me begin, something like that. But a lot of the times it's just easier to hold it upside down, let it fall, and then you have a lead. If you're an arty person, you can extend a lot more than that and use it for shading and things like that if you so wish. But like I said, I mostly just use them for writing with because they're very nice to write with. So I got this one, which is orange, the Versatil 5228. This little one here is actually called the 5608, and these are the Versatil 5228s. Now, Koh-I-Noor uses a lot of numbers, 4-digit numbers, for their pencils. It can get very confusing. I will put them all in the description if you want to find them from there. These are both the same, so you've got like a mustard yellow and you have like a nice orangey red. Both are the same, and they will fit any kind of standardized 2mm lead, and you can do what you like. This one's a little bit harder, I think. No, a little bit darker. This is a B, I think. I bought a whole bunch of leads as well. But really nice pencils to write with, and not just for the arty people. I think these are intended for art people, but by all means, use them if you just want to write. I've written a lot with these, and it's very pleasant. These are quite nice because they're metal bodied. All 3 of these are metal bodied, and they're quite sturdy little things. I mean, there's an outer case. Basically, if you unscrew this, you should be able to see the inner workings. These are slightly different. These are almost like a ballpoint pen. I'll put that one back together. But basically, there's an outer core and then a spring-loaded interior. So there's not a lot to them, but they are very sturdy, and this isn't going to snap. You can hide the lead, so you're not going to break it in your pocket. So the little mini ones are excellent. I mean, for scale, that is a Ticonderoga. Yes, it has a pointy eraser on it, but just so you can get an idea of how big these are, about half the size of a normal pencil. So handy for sticking in your pocket. They're about the same height as a pocket notebook. Here is my Story Supply Co. So you can see they're about the right size, you know, they'll fit in your pocket quite nicely. So those are the minis. I didn't just buy minis. I also bought some full-size ones, and they look like this. So we have 3 2mm pencils. These top 2 are very similar. The bottom one is different again. Now these all use the same lead. It's just a 2mm lead, same as before, and works on the same system. They all have, they're pretty much the same. The little ones are literally just miniature versions of that. I think I've got this stuck. Oh, that's promising. There we go. Again, the little sharpener on the top, and they work exactly the same. Now this one is a Toison 5900, which means golden fleece, if you didn't know in French. And this is a really, really nice pencil. It's black, ivory, gold band on it. This is metal as well. This one here is metal. This one is plastic. Can you tell? Probably not for the video. So let's flip them up so you do that. So we have the 5900, which is the Toison. They also make a pencil variety of this, like a wood case pencil. And it's a little bit like that. That is the wood case Toison, just so you get an idea. So it looks a lot like its wood case brother, but a little bit smaller and decidedly more metal. But anyway, the nice thing about these metal pencils is, again, they're really, really sturdy. They are a little bit bigger than a pocket notebook, a little bit smaller than a normal size full unsharpened pencil. So a nice sort of go-to size to throw in your pocket. Now these two, again, like I said before, this is the Versatil 5201, this is the 5900. Both of these are metal. This is the 5211. It is exactly the same as this Versatil, except this is plastic. You probably can't tell. That probably didn't help at all. Either way, this one is plastic and is quite a bit lighter. Now, the build quality isn't bad, but it is plastic over metal. So all the attachment points are metal, the sharpener's metal, the actual clutch mechanism is metal. So I think it's the same bodies, the same innards, just a different body on it. So this one was probably about half the price. So if you don't care about price, this is a good one to look at, the 5211. But the 5201, a bit more heft to it, nice metal body on it, really, really nice clutch pencils that are gonna last a long time. But, I mean, from looks, you can't really tell the difference between these two that much. For some reason, they've moved the imprint. I don't really know why, that doesn't make sense to me. But very, very nice. 2mm leads, exactly the same. And speaking of 2mm leads, I did not come back empty-handed. I bought a whole bunch of 2mm leads. So I bought some colored ones, because who doesn't love colored pencils? I bought B, because that's awesome. I bought another pack of color, which I then halved. This is the minis. So all of these leads I've cut in half or snapped in half. So they are able to be used in the minis ones, which means I get twice as much, which is excellent. So this little box will probably do me for those mini pencils for the duration of when I have them, because there's quite a lot in there. And I also got some 2B. So I got colored, B and 2B, and then all of them came with HB leads already in them. So I'm pretty well stocked for the foreseeable, and I'm pretty sure some of the UK sellers do actually stock these 2mm leads, so I can pick them up if I wanted them. I just figured since I was in the country, since they were there, I'd pick some up right away. I had one cheap clutch pencil before this, and it was plastic, and it was made in Thailand, I think. These are all made in the Czech Republic, and they are glorious. They're really, really nice to use, and I love that I have them. They feel a lot more permanent than wood case pencils, because obviously you can just swap out the lead. So I love wood case pencils, but there's something about these as well. Something about the heft of them in your hand is very pleasant. Now, moving swiftly onwards, I've got some 5.6mm lead holders to show you now. Starting up with something you saw earlier, this is, let me just check the name of it. Ah, okay. This is a 5340. Now the names aren't printed on, so I had to check this one. This is a 5.6mm clutch pencil holder, and it's quite a bit chunkier than a 2mm. So you can see the difference in lead there. It's substantial. I mean, it sounds like it's only twice the size. It looks far bigger than that. And these things tend to be more like Sharpie markers than pencils. They're quite dark, even on the HB grid, they're quite dark. This is the blue one that I have. There's a little few scuffs and scratches on it, but that's because I've been keeping it in my pocket because I love throwing these in my pocket and keeping them for EDC. They're really, really good, hardy pencil. Again, big chunky sharpener on the back, pointer, so you can point up the lead. So they're really handy. There's kind of a one piece. You can just throw this on its own in your pocket. It's made of metal, it's chunky, it's not gonna go anywhere, and you have a big, thick pencil that you can doodle with or do whatever. And I've actually found it's kind of useful for doing this kind of thing too. Good fun if you want to shade or just play about, make a mess on the paper. But this one I've loaded up with some 2B as well, because I love me some dark pencils. So I got this one, which is the 5340. I got a silver one of those as well, because why not? They also had one in a magic one, if you know what Koh-I-Noor magic is. It's the kind of blended tone pencils, the ones that have lots of different colors in them. You could get one that was lacquered like that and also had a magic lead in it. Not really my scene, but it was cool. They look pretty cool. The next one I have is a 5347 Versatil. Now this one's actually a triangle, and it doesn't want to sit in any way that I can show you nicely. There we go. These ones are hexes. Are they? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Are they hexes? No, they're octagons. These are octagons. Whoops, my mistake. So they're all octagons, right? 1, 2. Have I counted wrong again? Hold on. You know, they're octagons. They're octagons. Not septagons, octagons, 8 sides. So these two are octagons with 8 sides, and they are absolutely amazing, really chunky, nice metal pencils. This one is plastic, and it's this weird kind of scalloped triangle. It's also thicker at the bottom than it is. It's just a bizarre pencil. I love it, but it's absolutely bizarre. So this side is thicker than this side. It's triangular. It's quite a nice grip in the hand, but it's also got scalloped edges. I don't know if you can see that. The edges are kind of cut out. There's no corners, or there's 2 corners depending on your perspective. It's just a very odd pencil, and it's called a Versatil 5347. Versatil is the same brand as this one, but they look absolutely nothing alike. Again, this is a 2mm clutch pencil. Haven't actually sharpened this one yet. And this one's nice and dark. This is an HB, so you can see that even the HB, if you lean hard enough, is quite dark. It's just because it's a thick, thick lead. So again, you can put that away. This one, ooh, this one I don't believe actually has. I haven't checked this yet. No, this one doesn't. No, this one doesn't have a sharpener built in, as far as I can tell. Or I might just break it trying to, I haven't looked at this one since hold on, this is live. Nope, it's just spinning. No, there is no sharpener in this. I didn't know that until now. There you go. These ones have inbuilt pointers on them, little sharpeners for your lead. This one does not. So if you bought this on your own, you're kind of snookered unless you have a sharpener, because 5.6mm sharpeners aren't really that easy to come across. So either you're doing it with a knife, or you're just dealing with a blunt edge on this bad boy. So those are my 5.6mm lead holders, and they are particularly nice. I think this one here, let me check the name once more, the 5340. This is probably my go-to for EDC, and I have a new video on my everyday carry coming out somewhat soon. And this is in it because I now throw this in my pocket, even if I have a pencil. I normally have a pencil on my ear, and now this goes in my pocket with my knife because this is a really solid option. And it's almost like having a Sharpie marker. If you load it up with the 2B, it's like having a Sharpie marker in your pocket, which is awesome. And also it's a pencil, so double awesome. And there's nothing more fun than that. Now, it's a bit of an art to master, but you can get it to do it what you want. Blah, blah, blah. But you gotta be careful because it's easy to drop those leads, and they will break if you drop them. Speaking of leads, these are the leads that I bought. I bought some more, but they turned out to be charcoal, so I gave them to my girlfriend who will use them because I will not. They come in these nice plastic boxes, which are very reflective, as you can see. And if you open them up, you get 6 leads. Now these ones are 2B, so they are fairly dark lead. You can use them like this if you want, but your hand's gonna get very dirty very quickly. They package them really, really well. They're imprinted with Koh-I-Noor and the grade on them, so that's really handy. So I bought some 2mm because It's my favorite grade, I think, 2B or B, to be or not to be, as the question may be. I really like that because I like these big chunky pencils, super dark, that's what they need to be. I also picked up this, which I thought was pretty cool. These are actually white chalk. Now, at first I was like, am I ever gonna use these? And then I realized I don't care. We have a chalkboard that we write some bits and pieces on here in the house, and I want to paint one of the walls with chalkboard paint. So I thought this would be really, really cool. It goes in exactly the same. They're just the same size as the normal leads, but it's white chalk, like school chalk. Really, really cool for mucking about and writing with. So I thought that was particularly cool. Those are what I bought. I didn't buy any more than this because these leads are slightly more expensive, and also they last a long, long time. I mean, these are, I've used these quite a lot. I've used the blue one the most. The same lead in it since I got it, and that's how much is left. I've sharpened that about 10, 15 times. So, I mean, it takes a long time to wear it down. I'm not drawing with these, I'm not an artist, so I don't have to worry about, you know, eating down one side by doing sketching or anything like that. These last a long, long time. So I think these 6 will probably do me for a year or two maybe. And if I need more, the Gioconda stuff is pretty easy to pick up from a variety of websites. So not too worried about running out on those. So there we have it, my lead holders. We have the 5.6mm big bad boys here. They are excellent. Another video coming on the EDC. We have the lovely 2mm pencils. These are gorgeous. Even the plastic one, even the cheapy version, is still a really nice pencil. And then we have the little babies, the little baby boys. These are the mini clutch 2mm pencils. And then we have, of course, this little Propelling pencil that made it into the mix because why not? All of these probably cost me, I don't know, I bought them all at different days. None of them cost more than a £5. I know that much. So none of them cost more than about $7, £5. So this whole pack, probably 20, 30 quid for those, probably less, probably more like about £20 for all of these. And that's a really good price considering these are close to £10 if you try and buy them in the UK. So I'm really pleased with what I got. I think they're excellent. I'm gonna have them for a long, long time and expect these to crop up in videos from time to time. That's all I have to say for now. So I'm gonna go and draw with these pencils.